Hello, my pretties. This is Shadow Lion Queen here, and today we are back with another episode of Shadows and Pretties. And today we're going to be looking at this DreamWorks animation film that came out in 2012 called Rise of the Guardians. This is a science fantasy action adventure film, and this one tells a story about the Guardians, known as Santa Claus, the Tooth Fairy, the Easter Bunny, the Sandman, who enlist Jack Frost to stop Pitch Black from engulfing the world in darkness in a fight of dreams. So that's basically what the plot of this movie is about. So I'm going to talk about what actually is in this movie and stuff like that. We got Alec Baldwin, we got Hugh Jackman, we got a pretty decent, you know, um, pretty much decent cast and good cast and crew. So basically, I'm going to sit here and say right now that this film is obviously a pretty good film. I personally really enjoyed this a whole lot. I thought it was really neat and well done. So basically, the plot is about Jack Frost, who emerges from a frozen pond with amnesia and finds himself invisible to the mortal realm. He knows the man in the moon played a part in this transformation, but the moon does not provide any answers as to why he's been turned into Jack Frost. 3 centuries later, in 2012, Jack remains invisible to the human race as no one believes in him. Unlike many other characters from the tales, but he finally worries after centuries of frustration at being unseen and not believe at all he did for the kids, wishing for something new. So the man in the moon alerts St. Nicholas North to return of Pitch Black, who threatens to plague the children with nightmares. So North rallies his guardians known as the Easter Bunny, the, the Sandman, and the Tooth Fairy, and they discover that Jack has been chosen to join their ranks. However, Jack gets kidnapped by the bunny and transported to the North Pole, where he learns that from North that every guardian has a center, meaning they foster in children. Jack knows nothing about this center and resists to become a guardian. Meanwhile, North gets a message from the Tooth Fairy that her palace is under attack. The Guardians and Jack Frost manage to chase away Pitch, but not before Pitch kidnaps Tooth's sorbonnet fairies and steals all the teeth, weakening the children's belief in the tooth. Jack learns that every baby tooth holds the childhood memories of its owner and may help them find out more about his past. Motivating him to help Tooth Fairy to counter Pitch's plan, the other Guardians and Jack embark on a mission to collect teeth from children themselves. In their quest, they visit Jamie Bennett, a young boy who's still clinging to his belief, sees all of them except for Jack. On his way home to the North Pole, Pitch's nightmares attack the Guardians while Pitch taunts them and kills Sandy. So, with Easter approaching, the Guardians travel to the Easter Bunny's warren and assists on the egg coloring preparations. Jack is lured by a familiar voice from his past to Pitch's lair, where he finds teeth. Pitch distracts Jack long enough for the nightmares to destroy all the eggs, causing the children to stop believing in the Easter Bunny. Ashamed, Jack flees to Antarctica, where Pitch is after attempt to persuade Jack to join him, breaks his magic staff and throws him into a chasm. Unlocking the memories of his teeth, Jack finally learns that he was once a human who sacrificed himself to save his younger sister. Inspired by the memory, he finally recovers from amnesia and repairs his staff and rescues the kidnapped fairies. So due to Pitch, every child in the world has stopped believing except Jamie, drastically weakening the Guardians. Finding Jamie's belief in wavering, Jack makes it snow in his bedroom, restoring the faith in the Easter Bunny and making Jamie the first person to believe in him. Jack realizes that this is a center of fun and uses it to gather Jamie's friends, play and diminish their fear, which blusters the Guardians to resurrect Sandy. So the children seems to prove themselves stronger than the nightmares, who turn on Pitch and drag him into the underworld. Jack eventually accepts his place as guardian of fun, and that's just basically the movie. Now, I do have to say is that this movie was actually a really good film. I personally really enjoyed that a whole lot. However, I definitely do have to say is that, the film itself is actually really nice and well done. I personally really enjoyed this film a lot. I think, it's really well done. I like the plot of it. The animation was awesome. It's just a really good movie. I mean, I know a lot of DreamWorks movies have done some good movies, and this is definitely one of them. I definitely do have to say, Jack Frost was a pretty cool character. I personally thought he was really neat. Now, in all due reality, the film itself is actually really interesting with a good concept, with everything good about this movie. I personally really enjoy this. Now, I will say right now is that this is a very good movie. I mean, if you're a DreamWorks fan like myself, you definitely really have to check out this movie, as this movie is just as good as you guys think it is. Well, it's actually pretty good. Now, I do have to say is that having Easter, Christmas, and the Tooth Fairy and Jack Frost and the Sandman gathered together, I personally really enjoyed the plot a lot. I thought it was really neat and well done. The concept of it was really interesting, and I personally really thought it was really enjoyable, and it is. So, anyways, with that being said and that being the case, like I'm always going to say, this is just simply my own personal opinion. And if you happen to disagree with it, that's perfectly fine too. We're all entitled to our own opinions to these movies, and this is just simply my own personal thoughts. So I definitely can say I recommend this movie. If you're a DreamWorks fan, then you definitely really have to check out this movie if you haven't. It's a really, really great movie. I personally really enjoyed it. I thought it was really neat. I love the plot of it. The animation's fantastic, and this film is just a really good film. So that's something I can definitely say about this film being good. Now, anyways, with that being said and that being the case, what did you guys personally think of this movie? Let me know what your thoughts are down in the comment section down below. I'm Shadow the Lion Queen. Thank you so much for watching today's video, and if you enjoy this channel, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you're new. Ring the bell for notifications to when I upload, so that way you guys will not miss an upload. And as always, if you guys want to check this out, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, if you guys want to go follow me on Blue Sky, follow me on Twitter, follow me on DeviantArt, and follow me on my backup channel known as Miss Dark Shigo, as links to those will be in the About page section, so you guys can go follow me on there if you want. Now, that's pretty much all I have to really say, but if I'm missing something, please let me know, and I will be seeing you guys all in the next video. Peace out, and like always, I'll see you all next time.